Free Geek Pen is an electronics recycling center which specializes in restoring electronics to usable condition. They turn salvageable parts from donated equipment into working electronics for those on a budget. The best part is your old gear doesn't end up in a landfill. Free Geek Pen also does computer repair. Find them online at freegeekpen.org. Give them a call at 717-721-2494 or stop by the shop on Main Street in Ephrata. Think freegeekpen.org.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. This Independence Day weekend, kick your party off with a bang. DeWeather Center presents the first annual DeWeather Cares Charity Softball Classic presented by the National Racing Network. The Palmerton Boobies, DeWeather Center Bluecocks, Blue Mountain I-95ers, Pocono Front Platers, Schuylkill County Crackers, Reading Nurses, Catasauqua Blue Tits, and Beltsville Lake Monsters will take the field in Emerald. Find out more on Facebook at DeWeather Center. DeWeather Center, offensively accurate. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monza, the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, near the city of Monza, north of Milan in Italy. Built in 1922, it's the world's third purpose-built motor racing facility after those of Brooklands and Indianapolis. While the circuit's biggest event is the Italian Grand Prix, tonight the cars and stars of the Indy Pro 2000 Series will take on another test of raw speed. Built in the Royal Villa of Monza Park in a woodland setting, the site has 9 layouts available on the iRacing platform, but tonight we'll see the Grand Prix circuit. The major features of the Grand Prix track include the Curva Grande, the Curva di Lesmo, the Variante Ascari, and the Curva Parabolica. The high-speed curve, the Curva Grande, is located right after the Variante del Rettifilo, which is located at the end of the front straight, is usually taken flat out by the Formula One cars. We'll see what kind of speed the PM18s are going to carry through there tonight. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is an absolute pleasure to have you joining us this evening. Qualifications just getting underway here at Monza. Before we get into what's going on tonight, let's give you the recap from 1 week ago. Hopefully we can also show you some championship standings here as well. On our broadcast last week, Frank Wynn picked up the win with an absolutely thrilling last lap pass over Severi Seppa into turn number 8 at Watkins Glen. It was a fantastic move. Seppa basically overcooked the brakes, opened the door for Wynn, who was stalking just about the entire race. Daniel Smith came home third to round out the podium. John Tyndall, Diego Ascensos rounding out the top 5. And take a look here. Show you the championship standings for the PM18s. And Medina from the Benelux is the current points leader at 327 points. Now, this does factor in races that have been run this week as well. Mitchell Green and Alessandro Di Tullio, your top 3. Greg Seitz and Will Redford round out the top 5. And Greg Seitz is entered in this one here tonight. Show you the best lap of everybody, and we'll get you all the timing and scoring data up on the screen here. Just waiting to see laps that are turned in here. Nobody's turned in a lap just yet. Probably only going to see one lap. Let's pick up Greg Seitz here as he makes his way through the Parabolica. Sorry, that was turn 6. It was coming through there. 6 and 7, Trevor DeLesmo. It's a really interesting sort of, it's an on-throttle, off-throttle, on-throttle kind of double apex corner. There is a very short straightaway in the middle of it, but the exit of 6 is so critically important to get you into 7. But the big one is going to be the Variante Ascari, because if you screw that one up, you are going to be absolutely down on speed heading into the Parabolica. That's what we see. Greg Seitz making his way through. The first lap going to go on the board for Greg Seitz. He'll be third quick. Oh, man, what a tight gap here at the front of the field, though. 1 minute 54.54 seconds for Everett Paddock. David Fishman, second quick, 1/100th of a second back. Seitz third, Mitchell Ian Green fourth, and Dave McDonald top 5. So far, 10 cars have taken time. Still have about half the field left to take time. Let's pick up Nikita Lashtokin. He ran just the other night in the IndyCar Series event, getting to sub late for Sage Karam. Pretty cool to see Nikita out on the racetrack here with us tonight as well. I want to remind everybody here that we can get your comments up on the air. If you're watching on Facebook, you can comment with stars. That's a guaranteed way to get your comment on the air. Thank you all very much for your support there. And Jason Owens, who's a regular here, says, hoping the iRacing Indy Pro 2000 broadcast at Monza goes off swimmingly tonight. I'll just keep sitting here on the beach and enjoying the broadcast. Well, thank you very much for hanging out, Jason. He runs the Tuesday Night Thunder series as Greg Seitz moves to the top of the speed charts. Lestochkin coming home in the 7th position. See if we can pick up Daniel Smith here. I want to remind everybody you can support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit us at patreon.com/National Racing Network. This is the run down to Ascari. It's going to be a big, quick left, right combination. Back out off to the left, and you see the big run down to the Parabolica. So much speed needs to be kept up through that segment of the racetrack. I mean, it really sets up the entire lap. Because if you're slow through the Parabolica, you're going to be slowed down the front straightaway. The next chance to gain any time is on the exit of turn 2, which is basically that first chicane. Let's take a look here and get you your results from qualifications as they've just wrapped up. Greg Seitz is going to be your pole sitter for this evening's race with a quick lap time. 1 minute 45.202 seconds. Everett Paddock, Mitchell Ian Green, David Fishman, Mark McDonald, your top 5. And with that, let's head out here to the starting grid. Get you a look at the field as they start to settle in here. Greg Seitz, Everett Paddock on row number 1. Row number 2 will have Mitchell Ian Green and David Fishman. Row 3, Mark McDonald and Dave McDonald. Row 4, Francisco Castillo and Nikita Lestochkin. Alexis Duclos will roll off in 9th, and to his outside, Daniel Smith. Row number 6, Michael Hollier and John Edwards. Row number 7, James Watson and Scott Bradshaw. John Dinkle and Diego Ascensos in row number 8. And row number 9, I'll have Simon Fell and Jacob Ulrich. 18 cars will make up the starting grid for tonight's race. And there you see them lined up. It is going to be the short pace lap. But in just a moment here, we'll see the field roll off. Looks like just about everybody is there on the grid and ready to roll. Field pulls off, and we are just about ready to go here at Monza. Already starting to warm up their tires. It is going to be absolutely critical to have these tires warmed up and ready to go here as they get in to turn number 1. Variante del Redifilo. I'm butchering that one, I know. I'm sorry, everybody. But one of the tightest chicanes you'll ever see. It's barely 2 cars wide. But it will be a sight to behold here as the field makes its way through the Parabolica, turn number 11, and they will come down to see the green flag. Pace car is in, and ladies and gentlemen, for this one, the start is all yours. One car going around towards the back of the field. That's Michael Hollier. Didn't look like anybody else got collected up with him. So we'll head forward, pick up the front of the field here. Greg Seitz out to the early race lead. In fact, he's going to be your leader by 1 second over Martin McDonald. Evan Paddock runs third. Dave McDonald, David Fishman, in position. Gain of 3 for McDonald there in the first couple of corners. Into the Parabolica for the first time. They'll complete lap number 1 of 17. Greg Seitz, the early race leader, over Martin McDonald, Everett Paddock, and Dave McDonald. Chicane cleanly is just about the entire field. We'll slide back here just a little bit. Pick up Dave McDonald. He's a quarter of a second back from Everett Paddock and closing pretty rapidly. Make their way down into Variante Della Raggia. That's corners number 4 and 5. Then they'll head up the straightaway and pick up this turn 6 and 7 Lesbo complex. Just back behind this battle, Julian Green running into 6th position. He is all over the tail tag to David Fishman. I guess it should be the rear wing on this one. Seitz does have the quickest lap of the race. Get you the details, all of the drivers in tonight's field. There's all of the licenses and iRatings. Everybody an A license with just a couple of exceptions. iRatings ranging from 6.8A for Greg Seitz. So he's going to battle Martin McDonald down the front straightaway for the race lead. Seitz grabs the position back. McDonald deciding to live the fight another day. Not always the best option when you're fighting a guy like Greg Seitz. James Watson now pit side. Not sure what happened there. Pick up the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant replay for you. See what happened to James Watson. Oh, just full set down there for the 17 to Jacob Ulrich. And not the smartest of moves there, and Watson's going to end up parked. Never a spot that you want to be in, that's for sure. So now, trouble also for David Fishman. This was right about in the same time span here. Let's pick up Fishman and see what happened here. That car's slow already on the racetrack, so may have been some contact. Off the pace. So looking back up front, while we were at the replay, had a change for the race lead, so let's show it to you here down the front straightaway. Donald the inside, Seitz to the outside into the first chicane. Clean pass there. So now we go back to the battle at the front of the field. Top four still all nose to tail. Couple of more cars having issues out on the racetrack. Francisco Castillo, Scott Bradshaw as well. Nikita Lestochkin also having an issue. Take a look, see what happened to Nikita. It was right around the same time as an issue for Francisco Castillo as well. Oh, making contact into Ascari. Tough break there for both Castillo and Lestochkin. Now this top four duel is going to continue down the front straightaway. Into turn number one. Greg Seitz back to the race lead. McDonald going to fall back to second. Seitz able to take advantage of the big no. These PM18s offer down the long straightaways. Paddock and Dave McDonald there as well. Didn't get to see Seitz run last week. Remember Paddock, Vigili, and Green were both front running through the first whole section of the race last week at Watkins Glen. Until contact in the bus stop saw their nights come to an end. Paddock now runs in the third position, and he's right on the back bumper of Mark McDonald. Fourth place running Dave McDonald, starting to fall back just a little bit from the top three. What do you think? Let's get you some onboards here. Bottoming out just a little bit. Seitz going to come to the inside. McDonald looks outside. McDonald has to take that a little bit offline into turn number one, and it cost him about half a car length as they came off of turn two. Now through the Curva Grande. Holds on to the lead. up a pretty big gap here on Sights. It's now up to about 4 car lengths. As they come out of 7. Going down through the curve in Del Seraglio. That'll be the quick run down to Ascari. It's such a gutsy place to attempt to pass. Parabolica, they'll put lap number 7 up on the scoreboard. Mark McDonald holds on to the race lead, but Sights has been making the moves here down the front straightaway. He's going to do it again. McDonald has the lead at the line, but Sights will have the advantage into 1. These aren't pace laps that they're doing side by side. We're already 9 laps into this one. We'll bounce it up over the big sausage curves. Through 4 and 5 into Lesmo. Sights able to open up the big lead now. That was a big bobble by Everett Paddock. You really can't give Greg Sights that kind of a lead. He's a multi-time champion of the Indy Pro 3000 Series. A little bit of dust up out of Ascari, but that was a big moment towards the back of the shot there. I believe that was Daniel Smith. Either Smith or Alex Lutos. Just about getting off the racetrack at Ascari. Wide move there for 3rd place, Mark McDonald. Know in the comments, do you think anybody's going to have something for Greg Sights here? The lead's back down to 0.6 of a second. Paddock holds on to the spot. Oh, big wiggle there out of McDonald. That's going to let Everett Paddock come through for 2nd. Dave McDonald, Mark McDonald now 4th. Mitchell Lee and Green at 5th. Those 5 have absolutely checked out Daniel Smith. Bit. We'll show you these cars as well. Diego Ascenso is 1/4 of a second ahead of John Dingle. Michael Holly are about a 1/2 second back again. Keep our eye on that one as it develops. Well, we're going to bring you back to the front of the field. It's hard to leave a great battle here at the front. Everett Paddock able to separate himself now from McDonald, and Green. In fact, Dave McDonald, Mark McDonald going to battle side by side down into Ascari. Mark able to hold on to the spot. In fact, Mitchell Lee and Green comes around Dave McDonald to claim the 4th position. So things are definitely starting to settle here just a little bit. Lap 8 is on the board. They'll come around and see cross flags and be halfway home here as Sights puts a move on. Just on entry to the Parabolica. We'll get you the rundown here. Sights, your race leader. Everett Paddock runs in the 2nd position. And he is rapidly closing in on Sights as they make their way down towards turn number 1. 3rd place is Mark McDonald. Mitchell Lee and Green ahead of Dave McDonald. That's going to be 4th and 5th. As we slide up back here to the front of the field. already halfway home in this one. This battle for the lead is heating up. Paddock now just a quarter of a second back of Seitz. Get you the sector times here. Paddock a little bit quicker through sector 2. When you take a look there, sector 1, Paddock 0.4 of a second faster than Seitz. Very close through 2 and 3. There's not much more that Paddock has to give here. Just a tick slower through sector 4, but that's not going to make a huge difference. We'll see the numbers as they come around here through 11, complete the lap. Seitz goes personal best, but it won't be enough. Paddock looks to the inside. We'll have a new race leader going into 1, Everett Paddock. In fact, he completes that pass cleanly before corner entry into the chicane. Putting just the tiniest little bit of a wheel off. There you can see the deltas. Paddock is just that much quicker on a lap-by-lap basis than where Greg Seitz has been. Here, let's pop up the upcoming schedule of broadcasts here for the Indy Pro 2000 series. You are not going to want to miss any of this. Next week, one of the few ovals on the schedule. We head to Iowa Speedway, about as, well, we'll say similar as racetracks can be. 3 very, very fast racetracks to start off the season: Watkins Glen, Monza, and Iowa. Then we head to the Nürburgring Nordschleife, a 5-lap dash. You can count it in a 14-kilometer racetrack, 100 corners. Then off to the Hockenheim. That's another one that I'm just absolutely looking forward to here over the next couple of weeks. Seitz back around Paddock for the race lead. Big wiggle for Seitz out of Ascari. See how much that's going to hold him up here. Listen for any off-throttle time. It wasn't much, if you could hear it. What do you think? One more shot here as we get down to the last handful of laps. We'll give you a chance to crank it up. Seitz looks to the outside, down the front straightaway. He'll try to make the move into Ascari, and he'll get the job done. Paddock lets the pass go through. The numbers 1 and 2 on the car are not positions. That's the number assigned by iRacing. Based on your I rating, the 2 highest rated drivers in the field are the 2 highest running drivers in the race. Seitz and Paddock, a couple of car lengths back here. Slide back. We'll pick up this battle that's starting to heat up between Martin McDonald and Mitchell Green. Everybody else back through the field, back to Diego Asensos, Mike Hollier, John Dingle, and John Edwards. Those cars all about a half-second apart, not the same gap we have in between the 2 cars at the front of the field. So we'll stay here towards the front. We're down to just a couple of laps remaining. Handful as we speak. What a duel this has been at the front of the field between Greg Seitz and Everett Paddock. The racetrack for Simon Fell. Let's see if get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay here. Dry on that car right at the back of the line into Ascari. Flips the outside curbing. He comes to a stop. Gets it backed up. That's a huge time loss for Simon Fell. Mark McDonald, Mitchell Green battling back and forth, still for that final podium position. Let's see if we can't get a word here with James Watson. James was out early in this one. He's going to finish in the 18th position tonight. And James, really a tough break for you. What happened to put you out of the race?
Oh, just a little bit of too much aggression from the cars behind me. Car behind just kind of sent it a little too much, and by the time I noticed he was coming, it was too late and ripped off my drive wheel, and I was parked.
Yeah, that was, you heard the air raid sirens coming from behind you, sort of hard to brake weekly-ish, but tough break, but pretty cool to announce here that you're now part of Team NRN, or Team NRN is part of Team Watson Racing.
It sure is. It's a real great partnership we got going on here. Hopefully we can make Team Watson Racing and NRN a completely household name.
That's what we're hoping for. So we will see you, I guess I'm not sure when we see you next. At the very least, next week here on the Pro 2000 Series, that's for sure.
Yeah, it'll definitely be next Thursday, because our fearless leader in TNT is still having pina coladas on the beach.
Yeah, that's right. We posted the picture of that one earlier. So tough break tonight, but we'll see you next week. There you go. That's James Watson. Yeah, tough break for James, who I believe was already in another race by this point. Working out of Ascari, Greg Seitz, Everett Paddock still battling for the race lead. They've been trading this back and forth like an old baseball card. Seitz chops off the quick corner entry line for Paddock, takes a little bit of the air off the front wing. Tries to open up the gap, and it'll be 2 to go this time by. Paddock looks to the outside. He gets the pass made cleanly. Seitz gonna fall in line. I would imagine you're probably gonna see the same thing next lap. Seitz is gonna attempt the pass. The difference is Paddock's not gonna make it real easy on him. However, I don't know that you wanna be the race leader. Last lap, Seitz set the quickest lap in a race at a 1:45.19. These cars still getting quicker. In fact, Everett Paddock was personal best last time as well at a 1:45.77. Paddock holds the top spot through Ascari. The big run down to the Parabolica. You can see Paddock sort of making a move to try to break the draft a little bit. I don't know that it's going to matter, though. Seitz is going to be on the rear wing as they head down the front straightaway. Oh, and Seitz goes wide through the Parabolica. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Monza. Paddock leads. Seitz looks way to the inside. He'll get the pass made, but it's going to cost him a little bit of time on exit. Paddock going to be right there as they come out of 2 for the quick run down to the Curva Grande. Paddock looks inside. Bold move as they head down towards 4. We'll go 2 wide through the chicane, almost making contact on exit. Is that all the gap that Greg Seitz needed? Paddock trying to get the gap closed back in through Lesmo. Both leaders cleanly through 7, a little bit wide on exit for Paddock. The final chance to close up a big gap of time is going to be here into Ascari. Paddock not close enough to attempt the pass up the inside. Seitz opens the gap up. 1 more corner to go. Who's going to be the race winner off of turn 11? Seitz swings it out wide. Paddock looks to the inside. May not be close enough. Off of turn 11 through the Parabolica for the final time. We'll see the checkered flag, and the win at Monza goes to Greg Seitz. 1/4 of a second over Everett Paddock. Mark McDonald comes home in the 3rd position. He'll round out your podium tonight. Wow, what a fantastic race here at Monza. Daniel Smith just coming across the line. He's going to finish in the 6th position. 7th goes to Diego Ascensos. There's Mike Hollier in the 8th position. John Dinkle comes across the line in 9th. 10th place to John Edwards. Nice recovery for Simon Fell to come home in 11th. A couple of cars left running here, and that is Scott Bradshaw and Alex Duclos. Bradshaw comes across the line. There's Duclos right behind him. We have our final results here from Monza. Oh my, what a race. Greg Seitz picks up the win by 1/4 of a second over Everett Paddock. Mark McDonald rounds out your podium. Mitchell Green, Dave McDonald completing the top 5. Daniel Smith, Diego Ascensos, Mike Hollier, John Dinkle, and John Edwards, the top 10. Simon Fell comes home in the 11th position. Scott Bradshaw and Alex Duclos back to 13th. The final 2 cars on the lead lap. David Fishman finishing 3 laps down, 14 laps in arrears. Francisco Castillo, Nikita Leshtokin, and Jacob Ulrich. And James Watson completes tonight's 18-car field. We'll take a look here and see if we're able to pick up any of our drivers here for interviews. Don't see anybody who's currently online, so it looks like that will wrap up the coverage for tonight. Indy Pro 2000 series from the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. What an absolutely fantastic finish to this one. Congratulations to Greg Seitz. Huge points night for Seitz. This was a very strong field in terms of strength of field. But with that, we will say goodbye for the evening. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It has been a pleasure to have you joining us this evening. We look forward to talking to you soon. Next up for us going to be Monday night, the Silver Crown Cup. Tuesday, the Sprint Car Cup. And then back here Thursday night, the High Side Hustle at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And at 10:15, we'll be right back here with the PM18s, this time coming back to home soil to run at the Iowa Speedway. So we look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great night, everybody.